So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about an ingredient that I think has had lots of exposure in the last few years and how you use it in your routine and what products contain it. So the ingredient this week is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is, I think, mistaken in a category because it's got the word acid after it. Traditionally, acids are used as a toner because they have the word acid after them. I've always associated with that exfoliation for your skin. So hyaluronic comes along as an ingredient. This is where you put it. So people then got confused where to put it and what it did. So basically, if I had to describe to you what hyaluronic is, and I'm going to get for you some products, hyaluronic acid naturally occurs in our skin. It's a key molecule that is involved in the moisturization of our skin, and it has an incredible capacity to retain water. As it's a humectant, it will draw in and it will hold moisture from the surrounding area, but it will never hold more than your skin needs. Now, that's what happens to your skin naturally, but as we age, sometimes due to also skin conditions, we don't have that working really well. So people manufactured hyaluronic acid that you could then put into products and they would give you this retained sense of moisture. A lot of ingredients come in 3 different size or 4 different size molecule sizes, and that applies to acids like lactic is a big size molecule in terms of the exfoliating acids. But in hyaluronic, generally there's 3 sizes. There's the kind of larger size molecule, which will sit on top of your skin and sort of penetrating into your skin, but it has more filming properties. So it's like a barrier. So if products just have a large size molecule, they're going to be sitting on the surface and they're going to be this barrier to keep the hydration in your skin. Mid-molecular weight of hyaluronic acid will penetrate the skin and just increase hydration within the skin, whereas the very low molecular weight of hyaluronic acid will penetrate even further and really boost hydration and help with elasticity in the skin. If one's looking for really good hyaluronic acids, one kind of wants to look for ones with more than one size molecular weight, because it's really good to have one product that will use that ingredient in 3 different ways. So I've got a few here that I think have that. If you're thinking where it sits in a routine, imagine whether your routine is a short one where you cleanse and you moisturize. This might go on before your moisturizer. If you have a long routine, you might do a cleansing, a second cleansing, you might do an acid, you might do a vitamin C, then I'd put in a hyaluronic. If you do an oil, I would put it in over that because you put the oil on the water, not the water on the oil, and then a moisturizer. I think that some of them can feel quite sticky, so it's good to put a moisturizer on top. They do actually work for all types of skin. It's not something that if you have sensitive skin that you couldn't use. I'm going to now give you my favorite. For the first one I'm going to talk about is Beauty Pie. Triple hyaluronic acid, it's 15 pounds. It's got 3 weights of the hyaluronic, also has ceramides, and it also contains peptides. When you put it on, it's not too drippy. I don't like hyaluronics that are too liquid. It doesn't feel like it's going to get too sticky. It's got the ceramides, give it a very, very easy application. I think ceramides in a way are put in so that you can apply it much easier to your skin. And at the end of that process, my skin doesn't feel sticky. That is 15 pounds. Next up is the first I hadn't liked much because I always had found sticky ones until I really researched, and over about 2 years I found some that didn't feel sticky, and these are the 4 I love the most. So then Indeed Labs, lovely Canadian company, and it's called Hyaluronic. It comes in 2 forms actually. This is 24 pounds. It's just a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. So it will give you hydration, but it's not so much a barrier like we talked about with the larger ones. The one time, by the way, I would say I don't think you should use hyaluronic, especially when it's a small size molecule, is in a very, very arid climate. You know, if there's no moisture in the air, because then it can't grab on some moisture to hydrate your skin. And I think it sort of works in the opposite way. And some hyaluronic, I've always found my skin, I felt looked drier afterwards until I found these one. So the hyaluron goes in beautifully. It's a small size molecule, so it's going to go quite deep. It's not going to sit on the surface of my skin. It doesn't feel that sticky afterwards. It needs a few seconds to just go into the skin. Garden of Wisdom also do a good one. Inky List do a good one, but I'm just doing these ones that I particularly love. Dr. Seabag has got a hyaluronic here, which has been out for quite a few years. He did his range. It's one of his first products, but it is one of his best products called Serum Repair. It's normally £69. It's got sodium hyaluronate and hyaluronic acid. They've done this thing called Unbox Beauty. What it means is things are half price if you don't have the box. And I just think that's fantastic for many reasons. If you're somebody who really feels I don't want to get too many packages, but also because the product is fantastic. You're getting like a 70-something pound product. The dribble, there's hardly any dribble, just exquisite texture. And when you put on hyaluronic, you do feel after a while that it stops being malleable. It's not like a moisturizer, but it's going to act as this retainer of water inside your skin. So obviously also if you drink lots of water, it's retained in even more. And last up, which is prohibitive, but if you're not on a budget, then that's good, is Allies of Skin. And it's a triple hyaluronic antioxidant. It's got low and high molecular size at 72 pounds. It's got antioxidants and peptides. What I like about this is it's more a kind of cream-based product. Do you see? So that is probably the peptides. It's an acquired taste of hyaluronic, but when you find a good one, you can get quite addicted. And I use hyaluronics a lot in the summer, more than the winter. In the summer, I just feel I don't want such a weighty moisturizer, but with a hyaluronic, you do want to put something over it. So I then usually use my Bff Spf 30. They're gorgeous. I like the products. These are ones that I've spent years getting the right ones. Okay, that's that.